Hey guys, what is up? It is Fignican Records here, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about another album in the Reviewing All CDs I Own. And today is AFI's December Underground. Kind of getting to that winter theme. I know I should have waited until 12/21 to do this because the intro track is Prelude 12/21. But we are here a little early. It is what it is. But let's dive straight into this. Of course, this is punk, emo, metal, rock, everything band AFI. And this is kind of 3 albums into their more departure from traditional punk, I'd say, into more of that emo, like early 2000s rock metal scene. Um, Yeah, this is a interesting album, I will say, released in June of 2006. I don't know why it wasn't released in December of 2006, maybe just to get into like awards kind of area. But nonetheless, it is a pretty decent album, I would say. Um, of course, we got tracks. The tracks, honestly, I'm gonna say this. I didn't listen to this album much before. Like I probably listened to the album, but just didn't pay attention as much. But the songs I remember and have like been on my playlist forever are Prelude 12/21, Miss Murder, and Love Like Winter. So, found some new songs I like, found some new songs I don't like. But yeah, let's dive into it. Of course, Prelude 12/21, awesome intro to this album. I didn't know that Miss Murder wasn't the second song on this album, honestly. Like I felt stupid. I was like, why did Miss Murder play? Did I put it on like shuffle or something? Like you can't shuffle a CD, so I was like, I don't know what the hell happened. But that song is a little all over the place. Like it has like screams, shouts, like all of this kind of mixed in. It's just kind of all over the place and a little, honestly, what's the right word? Like disorganized. It doesn't feel focused, I guess is the main thing for me. So that's kind of how I feel about that song. Not my favorite. And then of course we got the classic Miss Murder. What's there to say? Very catchy. I think what this does right that the other one doesn't do is it has a lot of clean, and then it kind of warps in where it gets that darker tone where it like kind of slows down, and it really just builds up to that super dark, and then they come in with a like almost whispering vocals and then hit you with the hard screams. Super cool. I wish that was the first song on this album, honest, or not first song, but the second song to really actually make that work better. Um And then I honestly think the next two, Summer Shudder and the interview, kind of felt like Love Like Winter with a little less like, I don't know, not as good. They're still not bad tracks. Like I don't like Kill Caustic, so that song I'm kind of about. But Summer Shudder interview, okay songs. And then we go to Love Like Winter, of course, another classic one. Um, like catchy chorus, primarily cleans. There's not a lot of harsh vocals in this, but pretty cool. And then Affliction, I really like that song. I'm not gonna lie. Um, really like that song, even though it feels like Kill Caustic. Like it just feels different to me. I think because it's a little less all over the place. It does itself a lot better. Um, and then we start getting into this like weird, you start getting like the emo stuff again, and then you get, some weird techno bits all the way up until the end with like it gets pretty emo in The Missing Frame, Kissing Control, Killing Lights, and 37, and then it gets like techno in there too. It's weird. So I'm kind of mediocre. Like the songs, they really just didn't stick with me. And then Endlessly She Said was an awesome final song. Um, I really like that song. But overall, this album, because it's a very mixed kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a mixed album. I enjoy it. The production on it is kind of all over the place, like I said. Here's the inside CD. I'll show you kind of, guys, kind of what we got here. A little more. I would actually say this art is also very, like, kind of unique art. I don't know. It just feels like very different than a lot of the albums at the time. I don't know why I always thought AFI's like logo in here was a little less like this is, I guess there's like a nail in it. But I thought it was like more just like very basic. So it's kind of cool to have like a little bit of a logo in there that's not, your basic industry fucking, oh, this is the most basic font we could give you. Here you go. This will sell millions of records, and then probably sells nothing. But it's a cool one. It's an alright album, like I said. I don't know, like I saw these guys live, they were awesome. I don't know what all songs they did because I wasn't like a huge fan. I became more of a fan afterwards. And then there's other albums. We're gonna actually be reviewing more AFI. I think I have just 2 albums of theirs on CD, 2 or 3. And the other one would be Crash, and then I might have Black Sails Over the Sea. I might have that one too. But overall, let's dive into this tier list. All right, of course, our first A up here. So this album, like I said, I do really like some stuff on it. So like it almost could push for a beat, but like really my main problem is there's Kill Caustic. I don't really like that. And then after Affliction, all the way to Endless, as she said, that whole in between, all the songs that those two bookend, I just don't care for. Like they're whatever, scrape under the rug. It's either super emo or just pretty basic. I think there's let me just make sure there wasn't like one song I did like, but from what I remember, I kind of like this is okay. Of course, I fucking love Spotify, dude. Yeah. I guess The Missing Frame actually was not bad. Sorry, I was wrong about one. I did like The Missing Frame. So, excuse me on that. But yeah, other than that, though, I did not care for much of the rest. So, that I think deserves a C. I'd give it probably a solid 7 out of 10. If we're going C tier here, like, I don't know. I think it's okay. I still think, like, dude, we're going to have fucking probably, like, these are albums that are perfect to me. These are going to be albums that are, like, fucking a Black Sabbath album that's fucking top tier. And then we're going to have something like fucking some higher stuff. I'm still going to be like, okay, that's not quite as good as Black Sabbath, but there's that. I don't know. Maybe I need more tiers. Maybe that's what I need. But I do probably need an F tier. But we'll get there when we add it. We'll make it. But yeah, I think a solid C tier is pretty good. I'm not saying this sounds bad. I'm just saying it's an okay album. It does its purpose, and if you were an emo kid back in the day, you probably love this thing. This thing's probably awesome to you, and it's probably done no wrong. And I'm just kind of I'm kind of I don't know. Like, I don't really like the dark, like, or like, I don't know if dark wave is the right thing, but like the techno electronica sections in the later half of the album, which I feel like is not at all in the first half of the album. Like, it just feels like almost a completely different album for like the last third, other than a few songs, and then the final track, which I think is pretty sick. So yeah, I just think it has to go C. 7 out of 10, maybe 7, probably just 7 out of 10. Honestly, I don't think I can go above a 7 out of 10. I think you're getting into territory that's just albums that are slightly better, more complete, but are just like kind of hold that mediocrity. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I did like this. Did like this album enough. So that's all my thoughts. Stay tuned for more. Like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell for more. That's all for today, though, guys. Thank you. Peace.